Alright, what's up everybody? This is Andrew here, and this is going to be my full review of Umbrella Academy Season 4. So, I just gave myself bad luck for you guys. I hope you'll stick around for the whole video. This season was short. It was only 6 episodes, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even aware of that. But let me start by saying this. This is a very low bar to give Netflix credit for, but thank you Netflix for actually letting a series complete its run on its own terms. And I use that term, its own terms, lightly. Umbrella Academy Season 4, the final season. It is 6 episodes, and each episode is about 50 minutes to the finale being 69 minutes. And that is pretty good, but in that, the series felt rushed. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize until on episode 4 it showed the little message that said 2 episodes left, and I was like, what? I was thinking to myself, okay, cool, maybe there's gonna be a break and then we'll come back for like another 5 episodes. Because every other season, to my knowledge, was 10 episodes.
I know, but I found these results on Surf.
I'm gonna have to unplug that. And this one season is the only one that was 6. And I feel like this was the most important season. They definitely reached for some things. And mind you, I am not a person who read the comic books or the books. I know it's adapted from something. So I'm someone who came in to this series not knowing the backstory from that. With that said, this season definitely reached. And it did a good job overall at the end of the day. But it definitely needed more episodes because everything felt rushed. It felt like this series was trying to do something that it hadn't done prior, which is include stories for all of the characters in each episode. I have to acknowledge that I don't recall season 2 and season 3 very well, but I am actually rewatching season 1 right now. And one thing I will say about season 1 is that in season 1, there is focus on individual characters per episode. And I understand that. You're in season 1, so you're trying to introduce us to the characters, so you really need to do that to make us feel attached to them. But still, I do recall in the subsequent seasons, they always had that focus on each individual character or some kind of story arc per episode. Whereas this one, they had to really cram. And it was essentially a scene happens, move to the next characters. A scene happens, move to the next character. All right, so let's talk about the cons of the show, because I just want to get the negatives out of the way first. Number 1, the length of the show. And number 2 is the first episode. First episode is abysmal. I did not like it. I finished it and immediately was like, I hated this episode, and I felt like they wasted an episode when they only had 6. Then episode 2 starts, and episode 2 literally picks up where episode 1 left off. So it truly felt like episode 1 and 2 should have been one episode. Then you would have had more time to expand on certain things that happened throughout the season that we didn't get enough focus on. The show loses me in believability for certain character arcs and certain things that happen that I feel should have had way more time spent for me to actually care. And that's one of the biggest problems with the series. I didn't care by the end. By the end of it, I didn't really care so much for how this series ended. It didn't hit me the way it did for previous seasons where really sad moments happened, because of the fact that they didn't allow enough time to make me care. Now, yes, I did care about these characters from the previous seasons, but still, they felt like new characters to me because it's been so long since I've seen them. Those are the cons. It doesn't give the characters or their story arcs enough time to breathe, and it really just feels cramped. And I don't blame the storytellers. I think that they had to work with what they had. I wasn't in the room. These are just my thoughts. But I truly feel that Netflix would have basically said, if you guys need 10 episodes, then you're not going to get a season. That's just my opinion. There are so many shows that get canceled on Netflix, and that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact or anything. I have not heard that from anyone. I'm just saying. With that said, though, those are my cons. And yeah, maybe drop a comment if you agree with me. Now let's talk about the pros. The quality of the show looks good. Like, it actually looks good. Each episode's like a movie in terms of the looks and everything. The CG looks good overall. The way that the powers are shown and everything, I actually really liked it. I don't actually have any cons. Actually, you know what? No, I do. The season finale, holy crap. Yeah. This is a non-spoiler review, so I'm not going to say, but wow. It's like they exhausted their budget in the first 5 episodes, and then we got that. So yeah, that was not great. So I guess that's one other con, was the season finale. So yeah, never mind. CG is good until the season finale, let's put it that way. Aside from that, my favorite, so somebody in a live stream recently asked me who was my favorite character. And up until now, 5 has been my favorite character. He just always has been. And I am surprised to say this, but number 7, Elliot Page, is now my favorite character in Umbrella Academy. And also their dad. But then like everyone else kind of just shifts a little bit. So my favoritism of the characters goes down a bit. If you're interested in knowing my favorites from the characters, drop a comment below and I'll let you know. My favorite character, yes, was Viktor, now played by Elliot Page. Incredible actor. I hope to see him in more movies and shows now that he's done with the Umbrella Academy. The characters from there just kind of dwindle. I did like number 1. I thought he was great. Number 4 definitely has an interesting arc. Number 5, interesting arc, but lost the top spot in my favorites. Honestly, Diego, the one person who I don't really like. Number 2 is the one person whose name I remember. I did not like his arc in this season. He annoyed me the most of all the characters. Number 3, I feel like just didn't have enough story, basically. I just didn't feel like she was there enough for me to really care or gain a sense of how to feel about her. So I don't know, and that's the problem. The show is over. It's not like I'm ever gonna have a chance to figure out if I liked her where she was going now. But prior to this season, I feel like seasons 1 through 3, she did have a large story to tell, and they pretty much finished it out. So I guess it's fine. She was still cool when she had her moments though. Last thing I'll say is I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this out because this is a non-spoiler review, and I'll do a spoiler review if you're interested, if there's enough response and you guys want to see that. Overall, the way that this show ended, I was disappointed. Felt like the end of an era. I remember watching this show, and at the same time I remember I was watching Santa Clarita Diet, Altered Carbon, and these series on Netflix I hold dear. It feels like they're an era in time when Netflix was at its peak. Sadly, those other 2 series got canceled after season 2, and this one lived on, and that's great. But at the end of the day, I feel like Netflix really shafted them and only giving them 6 episodes to tell this story where they were really reaching to do some interesting things, but they did not have enough time to develop them, and as such, I don't feel like we got the story that we deserve. Overall, this might surprise you from what I'm saying though, but overall though, still, even with all that said, I credit the writers and the creative team for what they were able to do with the series, especially with the fact that episode 1 I hated. I legitimately did not even want to finish the series, and then from episode 2 on, a little bit of episode 2 annoys me, but that's mainly because of DA. I was hooked. I stayed up like late last night and went through episodes 2, 3, and a little bit of 4, and then I passed out, and then I went back and I started from 3 and binged it, and I just finished it now. Overall though, I'm giving the show a 5 out of 6. I'm averaging it up. It's 85% for me. By the way, the way that I personally review shows is I rate them based on how many episodes I like. So basically, episode 1 was a miss for me. All the other episodes were great. Even the finale, which I kind of want to give it a half a point, but I'm just going to stick it to the point because it finished off okay. So anyways, sorry this was all over the place. I am going to get better at making these reviews and everything, but I hope you liked this video. This was my review for Umbrella Academy, the final season. Feels like a full circle moment for me and an opportunity for me to start building up this YouTube channel and everything. So, hope you liked this video. Hope you actually stuck around to the end, especially since I just gave myself some bad luck by opening this umbrella on camera. But yeah, I hope you'll come back and watch more videos from me and everything like that. So I will see you in the next video. Drop a comment and let me know if you actually watched Umbrella Academy as well. Or if you've never even seen Umbrella Academy, let me know if this video might have inspired you to check it out. I think you'll like it. I think especially season 1. Season 1 is incredible. And then from there, if you get as hooked on it as I did, then I think you'll be able to finish out the remaining season. If you're a season fan and everything, I definitely want to hear from you all, especially because I want to know what you thought of this season as well. And please do all the things. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Check out the links down in the description to support me on this YouTube journey. And yeah, this is my channel. It's called Be Unconventional. Be yourself, as unconventional as that may be, as cheesy as that may sound. And yeah, so anyways, I hope you'll come back for the next video that I make. And yeah, let's hope that Netflix can actually finish out some more shows. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.